I'm lighting her up. Like we're dropping cockroaches from the ceiling, and we have maggots coming out of food, and like it's like the show's like a haunted house.
1, 2, 3, 4. Where's your hair? It's gone, baby. I don't need it anymore. Does this look bad?
It's up.
You rolling? Rolling.
So just to get into the Eric Andre show, we're so excited that it's back. It's been a long time, obviously, since the show's been on air. And in that time, a lot of really, really bad TV shows have debuted. So I was wondering if Bird Up is still the worst show on TV.
I hope so. I hold that trophy high. So fingers crossed that we continue.
Hey, you guys are watching Bird Up, the worst show on television.
We got, maybe I shouldn't reveal. We got Lizzo in the Bird Up outfit this season. We did Lizzo up.
How'd you convince her?
We were friends with her before she was famous. Like she's good friends with my director. So it's like Lizzo being famous is like crazy to us. So we just like text her. I'm like, Lizzo, come do the show. She's like, cool. That was like, probably the easiest casting.
Are you ready to hand off the Bird Up mantle then? Is she?
She was really good at it. She may be much better at like she flourished. She got in that outfit. She brought her flute.
Superman, come on in. What's your favorite movie?
No, don't put my shit up.
What's your all right?
What's
just
my favorite movie?
Talk to me like I'm Osama bin Laden.
Come on, don't do that.
No, they won't even see me.
In the trailers you guys just released, it's pretty obvious that there's a crazy new set design. Your look's a little different this time around. What were the inspirations behind the look and feel of the new season?
So I basically did everything the opposite of season 4. So the previous season 4, like I lost weight, I got pale, I grew out my hair, I didn't brush or wash my hair, I didn't wear deodorant, I got really stinky, I didn't wash my soup once, I grew out my fingernails, and the set was really ratty and disgusting and gray. It was like a Soviet prison.
So good you can taste it with your balls.
With your balls, not your penis. Get it right. Get out of here, Pat. Get out of here now.
And then season 5, I wanted everything the opposite. It was like ritzy and rich set. I wanted the set to be like Liberace inspired, and I got rid of all my body hair. I waxed my pubic hair. I shaved my armpit hair. I picked my head bald. I would tan every day outside in a tanning bed. I bleached my teeth. I got my fingers and nails manicured, pedicured. I would put on a ton of Brute cologne every morning. I gained weight. I just wanted to do everything the opposite season 5 from season 4. So that's how we got to the look.
I know sometimes it could be difficult for actors to gain or lose weight. How was it for you?
It sucked. I'm not very good at it. My body doesn't want to. I wasn't good at losing it. I wasn't good at gaining it. I am far from Christian Bale. He also has like a team of nutritionists that calculate how to fucking do it. But like, I was like eating peanut butter jelly sandwiches and pizza every night before bed. That's kind of like my go-to. And I got pretty puffy. I probably put on like 20 pounds, but it was inconsistent. I couldn't nail it. Like, it's fucking hard. And you're depressed and you're irritable, you're cranky, you're sugar crashing. It's like, it's fucked up. Like, it's not good for your body. I'd never do it again. No more body modifications. I don't think like life's too short to put your organs through that.
How does having that extra weight kind of help you throw your body around during those opening?
It doesn't. You're like huffing and puffing. It's like it's hard to tie your shoes. Like you're kind of like it stressed my body, and I didn't even gain that much. I mean, I can't imagine Christian Bale gaining 60 pounds. The guy's gonna die soon. It really stresses your body out and your organs out. You're not meant to do it.
For the bulk of the season, you guys shot this last year or 2 years ago?
Last year.
You shot it last year. What was it like?
Last summer. We did a little pickup shoot in top of February, right before COVID.
What was it like editing and kind of putting the finishing touches on this season, obviously during COVID happening?
It wasn't ideal. We started editing before COVID happened, so that was good. We got a good chunk. We got into our groove with the season before COVID happened, and then we finished remotely from home, but we were already in the groove, and it's not our first rodeo. This is the best season yet. We knew what bits were working and what wasn't. So it wasn't ideal, but it wasn't insurmountable.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have some bad news. I did not get the job at Fruit Loops. My body is now your communion. Please eat from me. Eat from me. Drink from me. Drink from me.
With the man on the street bits, do you think that there's going to be a heightened sense of shock value because it's airing now? Because I'm already finding myself watching shows and like, it's like, well, they're not wearing masks here. And then I'm just clicking in like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's hard to like remember the before times, but I don't know. I think you'll maybe. I mean, that would be an added bonus if it feels like heightened stakes. But yeah, it was filmed before.
But I remember you telling us that you had a couple close encounters on the set of Bad Trip with some of the pranks, like the barbershop scene. On the set of season 5, did you have any kind of close calls or interesting stories?
Yeah, there's this one where I'm like a news reporter and I'm in Newark, New Jersey, reporting on the street. There's this like passed out businessman, stuntman behind me that like looks like he jumped off a building and tried to commit suicide. And then he started getting up and I go to my news camera team. I'm like, no, I go, if he doesn't stay injured, I don't have a story. Boom! And I started like kicking him on the ground. The guy's like bleeding out of the back of the head. Kicking him on the ground. I'm like, stay down, motherfucker. I need this story. All these people came out of like coffee shops. And this one guy was like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And I was like, no, if I don't get this story, I don't get a promotion. I need this, man. This is my big break in news. And he's like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And then we had to we pushed that guy to the limit before he clocked me, and then we had to, cut and reveal.
Come on, man. Why won't you tell us anything?
This is like a fever dream.
When it comes to the guests on the show, I always think back to James Vanderbeek kind of calling it the experience of fever dream. Was there any kind of interactions off the camera with guests this season that stuck out to you?
Oh, the best was, I forgot about this. So we had Robin Givens on the show. She's an actress, she's been around for a few decades. She was married to Mike Tyson at one point. And I'm lighting her up. Like we're dropping cockroaches from the ceiling, and we have maggots coming out of food, and like it's like the show's like a haunted house. So she's freaking the fuck out, and her publicist or her agent, I think, is fucking pissed. I didn't know this at the time. I'm like in front of the cameras interviewing her. This is my second AD told me her agent's running around. We don't let any of their agents or publicists on the stage while we're rolling because we don't want them to stop the interview. So my second AD and my first AD are like running this woman around, her pissed off agent. They're running her around in circles. She's like, end this interview now. How do I get to the studio? And my second AD goes, go through that door, take a left, take a right, and then like they're just sending her around in circles. And then she comes back, I went through that door. I went through that. They're like, all right, go outside. Here's a shortcut. Go through the elevator door. Go here. And they're like just sending her around to like lock doors and like around the building. This was like just running laps around the building while I'm like dropping maggots from the sky in front of Robin Givens. She's like, ah. She was so pissed. Yeah, we definitely got the release form ahead of time on that one.
Are you guys at the point where, like, for the most part, most of the guests kind of know what they're, or at least have some sense of an idea of what they're stepping into, or are you still catching people off guard?
We purposely try to get guests that have no idea what my show is, who I am, what Adult Swim is. Every once in a while we do, but we just light their ass up. You know what I mean? Like I think like even if you know the show, when like vermin and pestilence are exploding out of the desk, you're still gonna have a great reaction. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's kind of foolproof in that way. But yeah, we definitely try to not get hipper, younger guests. We try to stay over 40, so because like there's a definite like age limit to my fan base. Not all the time. I'll meet some middle-aged fans and even like older fans, but for the most part, it's the fan base is like millennials.
And with your stand-up special, obviously the movie Bad Trip eventually coming out on Netflix, hopefully soon, and now the new season of Eric Andre's show. It's done in 3 different mediums you're working across this year and had releases for. Is there a medium right now that you find the most creatively fulfilling, or are you just looking to kind of spread your brand of humor across whatever you got?
I'm looking to spread my brand of humor across any medium. To me, it's not the medium; it's like the idea, the project. Eric Andre show, obviously, I have pure creative freedom, and there's kind of like I'm in the zone with it the most. I think stand-up's kind of like the hardest. The movie was no small feat. But yeah, any and all mediums. I
And
really want to like do shows at like planetariums and shit.
at planetariums.
Yeah, or like I want to build the world's largest hamster cage and set it up at the Guggenheim.
Season 6, man.
Season 6.
Time for some ranch!
Adult Swim sent me Eric Andre's ranch bath bomb.
Yes.
I was wondering what the best practices for using this are, if you have any tips for me.
You know, I start out by throwing it in the garbage. No. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I got 6 of them at my house. I was gonna take a ranch bath later. It sounds so gross, but I'm kind of into it.
I'm in an apartment building, so like that'll just ruin everybody's night, week.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Perfect. Put a little iceberg lettuce in your bathtub. You have yourself a Caesar salad.
Perfect. What's next for you?
I'm trying to figure out how to escape this country. I think we're about to devolve into Civil War II. But no other countries are letting Americans in because we're like the diseased race of people right now. We're like, let me in. It's like 28 days later over here. Let me in. Let me into Portugal. And they're like, oh, no, we're okay. So I don't know. I'm trapped.
Give me a kiss, mister! Bird Up. Yo, you're watching Bird Up, the worst show on television.